You're listening to Both Sides of the Front Porch. Two Southern voices, two different perspectives, one real conversation. Pull up a chair. It's real talk, y'all.
Hey y'all, I'm Tammy.
And I'm Edward.
And we are both sides of the front porch.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Both Sides of the Front Porch. We are getting to get real about relationships.
Oh, we're going there. Okay. Well, we're going to be talking about marriages, breakups, relationships, situationships, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to dive deep.
We really are.
Yeah.
Going to dive deep. So, listen, gay relationships are so different, I think, in so many ways for the obvious reasons. But then straight relationships, I think for whatever reason, the gay community has the stigma of not staying together for long. I don't know why, but that's just always been a stigma that the gay community has had. If you're in a relationship for more than 6 months, oh my God, y'all are doing amazing.
You made it.
You made it. I don't know why that's the case. So what do you think about the gay part of it?
Well,
the
I
straight
think
part of it?
well, I mean, if you do not want to compare anything to me, I mean, let's just be real. If we're going to be real, I've been married 3 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you and Scott have been married once.
We've been married once, and that was
15.
That was within, let's see, I guess we had been together 10 years when we were legally able to get married. So
Right.
we've been married once, but overall we've been together for 27 years. And I just turned 49, and that's more than half of my life that I've been with Scott.
Yeah.
We got together when I was 20. Y'all know from previous episode. We got together when I was 20, getting ready to be 21, but we've been together a long time, honey. We are beyond the honeymoon phase. We are past the bill phase. We are past the whether we're going to share a bank account phase. We passed all that.
Right, right. And with me, like the first time, 15 years, the second time, 9 years, the third time, 5 years. So, I mean, I don't know. You don't want to compare anything to my situation, obviously, but I've never really thought about that being a stigma. And
I don't know why that's the case. I really don't. I mean, but I understand that relationships aren't a one size fits all. And I say this all the time. People will ask me, like I'm really some kind of old person, how have you made it work for 27 years? And I don't know the answer to that question other than, number one, I just feel like Scott's my soulmate. I feel like we were meant to be together, and
Right.
I'm not the easiest person to live with. I know that.
right,
But
right.
Scott
Nor
has,
am I.
Scott has just, I don't know. It's just been so easy because I feel like not only is he my soulmate, he's my best friend. And I knew from the beginning, the moment I saw him, that he was going to be my husband and that we were going to be
Yeah.
together. So
He's
it's been easy.
He's such a gentle soul.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean,
So nice, so
Yeah.
caring, so loving.
just good all around. I mean, the first time I ever met him, he was so welcoming. Like, come on in. You want something to drink? And
That
I
is
was like,
him.
okay.
No matter what, that is
Yeah.
Scott.
So I think that makes it easier in a relationship when you have the Edward and the Scott.
The
Edward
yin
is
and the yang.
Yeah, and Scott's just like, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I'm totally different than Scott. Literally, we are. I don't know that there's anything about us the same other than we're gay. That's the only thing that's equal about us. But I don't know. It's just we're so
do you
different.
think you have that in common with him?
I think so. After 27
Yeah,
years, I believe I
okay,
can
cool.
confirm that.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm not naive. I know relationships come with joy. They come with heartbreak, growth, lessons. We've certainly experienced our fair share of all of that within 27 years of being together. And some trauma has come out of it. Learned so much about myself just being with Scott for 27 years. I've grown as a person. Scott's seen so much of my life, most of my life, actually, my adult life anyway, or all of my adult life.
Yeah.
So
Because you've been with him longer than you were alone,
Yeah.
growing up, all things.
Yeah. I said this before, Scott and I got together, and within 3 months of being together, we were living with each other.
Yeah.
literally living in the same household, and probably within 4 or 5 months of living with each other, I was like, I love you. I don't even know it took 4 or 5 months to say that.
I love you.
Right?
Yeah.
You know,
And that's something I don't know if I will ever say again to another human being in a relationship situation. Like, I think I'm done with that part of my life.
what? Love?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Look, I'm saying this. Guess what, guys? I'm getting married in 3 months. Just kidding.
No, you're not doing that. Listen, I think that what you're experiencing now, this is just, I'm a professional over relationship expert, but I think what you're going through now is just, it's a phase. It's a moment that, you need this time to find yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I do believe that before you can love someone, like truly give yourself and love someone, you have to know who you are. You have to learn who you are. Love yourself, no matter all the flaws, all the things. And I learned that through some pretty intensive therapy.
I've never been to therapy a day in my life, and I probably should have been in therapy a many, many times over, but I've never been a day in my life.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for therapy. I think if you're feeling some kind of way, you need to be in therapy.
No.
Period.
Listen, without getting too personal, what would you say, looking back on the 3 marriages that you had, looking back on them, I know all 3 of them are probably completely different scenarios. What do you think would have been, do you think there would have been anything that would have caused a different outcome? Like, did you grow from those marriages? Did you?
I think, yeah, and I
guess
learned a lot from my own mistakes, because a lot of times people who go through divorce or go through a breakup or this or that, they want to play the victim. I wasn't a victim. I was just as much a part of these things as whoever I was in a relationship with.
And you don't have to name names, but let's say in relationship A, do you think you were the problem?
Absolutely.
Or he?
Absolutely. I think that I just had that in my head that it was just going to be, just, I'm going to call it a Loretta Lynn situation. I was going, maybe not even Loretta Lynn. I don't know. But anyway, no, I thought I had these big dreams and all the things. And then I made so many mistakes. So that ended in a not so great way. But I acknowledged my mistakes and that later in therapy. But it really wasn't that. I was very, very young when I got married the first time. The second time, if I have any...
So relationship B, would you say
that
it was
is the
equal
only regret in my entire life?
What?
Was relationship B.
Oh, that one not working out.
Mm-mm. Relationship C was fast paced and probably might be getting a little red here. That was crazy love. Crazy love.
So do you see equal parts in the relationships not working out?
Yeah. And when it's coming and you fight it and you don't want it to end, but then when it ends, it ends.
Yeah.
Period. I don't go back. I don't talk to them. They live their lives. They have happy lives and do their whole things. I assume. I don't know. There's no contact. I'm a no contact person. When it's done, it's done. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want anything to do with you. You go live your life. I'm going to live mine. I'm going to act like you never existed, pretty much. That's probably not the best way to go about it. I did not talk with my therapist about that part of it, but I do that.
When Scott and I first got together, I was the most jealous person in the world. We could be driving down the interstate, and he'd look over at somebody's car and like, "Do you want to ride with them?" I was so jealous.
Yeah.
And then as you grow and stay in the relationships you're in the relationship for longer periods of time, then the jealousness goes away. And I'll be honest, I never in a million years ever thought that Scott would cheat on me, there would be any infidelity, and vice versa. I mean, I can't tell you how much I've always, never one time questioned the love that Scott shares for me, But getting back to relationships not being perfect, there have been struggles, there have been challenges, and I've not been proud of some of the things that I've done along the way. And there was a moment when Scott and I moved to Atlanta, when we first moved to Atlanta, that I made a mistake and I cheated on him. He actually caught me. He rode by the house that I was pulling into.
Oh dear. Why haven't I heard this story? That's something you might want to prepare for.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's being real. I mean, that's telling your story.
No, I mean, it literally, I was at home not working, and apparently I was texting him telling him I had to go to the store, and he was sharing location. He was seeing where I was going. I was like, he's not going to the store. He just so happened to be in the same area that I was in, and I had been online earlier that morning, and back then, that was 2004 or 2005, you had them chat rooms, you know, them AOL chat rooms where you could get in and chat.
I've never done that.
Yeah, they had chat rooms.
I mean, I knew that they existed, and
Yeah.
I knew people who would do that. I never did that. That was scary to me.
No, you could pick the type of room that you wanted, you know, gay rooms, whatever. And I don't know, I was on something chatting with this Atlanta
Person.
police officer at the time.
Shut up.
He was an APD, and he, for whatever reason, kept on and on and on. And I'm not gonna fully blame him because I was just at fault, as much at fault for it. But
Yeah.
I ended up saying, okay, I gave in. I'm like, okay, well, Scott will find out. So this has to be our secret. And I'm pulling up in his condo to go to his condo. And as I'm pulling up, Scott passes right past me.
Did you see him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
I saw him. My heart has never beat so fast and so hard in my life. But at that point, I'm just like, dang, I'm busted. I am busted. So I immediately called Scott, and I'm like, what are you doing? I had to turn around and go get my wallet from the house, and I just saw you pass by. Where are you going? And he knew what I was doing because I was literally pulling into the person's condo. And so after I got off the phone with Scott, I just cut the block, went around the block, and went right back into the condo that I was going into. And
Oh, that's bold. You was the bold and the beautiful. You was the day. That was your daily. That was your afternoon story.
But you know, I have never felt so bad about myself in my life. I felt horrible for doing that. And from that moment forward, the dynamics of mine and Scott's relationship changed. And I wouldn't say for the worse, but it did change. It changed, and we did start opening up our relationship a bit from time to time and doing things that we're together.
Right.
Not getting too graphic, keeping it PG, whatever. Is it PG-13?
I don't know.
But we started opening up our relationship, and that's not something that is very uncommon. It's just not talked about a whole lot, and we have this platform and we're talking about it, but opened up our relationship, started playing around with others from time to time, and that really, I wouldn't say hurt us. It helped me grow as a person.
Oh, I'm sure. To really find Edward, you'd been with him since you were 19. That little baby gay,
Right.
you know, in some club in South Carolina. That you're now in Atlanta. You're exploring. You're coming into who you are. And I think that when you get with someone, it's easier if you already know who you are.
Yeah.
If you already know what you want, set your boundaries, all the things. I think it's easier.
Yeah. Well, when we started doing our thing or whatever, there were boundaries and stuff that we set or whatever. But I think it helped us. It helped us grow. It helped us really kind of realize we don't have to cheat if we want to do something. We can enjoy ourselves together.
Yeah. You can be gay polygamist.
Well, which brings us to another topic.
Just wanted to lead you into that one.
So, you all may have heard me from time to time talk about or bring the name Chris up. So, along the way, throughout meeting people, I met a guy named Chris, and I'm going to keep this kind of short and simple.
Yeah,
but Chris and I got together, and now Chris and I have been together for 8 years.
There you go.
Chris and I have been together for 8 years. I love Chris. I call him my partner. He's a very special person to me. I'm still with my husband, Scott. We still have our relationship. Nothing will change that. No. But as you are in relationships for long periods of time, things change in that relationship. I don't want to say go in different directions because that's not really what's happening or what has happened with me and Scott. It's just things change. And Scott is very understanding and accepting of
Right.
certain things. And so am I with him.
And that's just proof that, and this is very controversial, that you can literally be in love with two different people.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I never in a million years thought that I would be, but when I met Chris and met him twice and then met him a third time, then it's like, wow, I really like this person. And he's an amazing guy. He has his home in North Georgia, but we're together about 4 days out of the week. And Scott is still my husband and we're still together and have the house and home and all that stuff together.
The joint bank account.
Right, the joint bank account's still there. But a lot of people don't understand, how could you do that? But it's more common than people know or even.
Absolutely. You have reality shows on plural marriage.
Yeah.
Seeking Sister Wife. I will tell you, I have never missed a single episode, and I think we're on maybe season 2021 of Sister Wives. That's an alternative.
I've never watched that.
Oh, I love it. I'm telling you, I will be sad if TLC ever cancels them because I've never missed an episode. Never one single episode.
I don't recommend the situation I'm in. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
But
all jokes aside, it's hard. It's really difficult, because I feel like a lot of times because it's just me and Chris and then just me and Scott. So it's not all three of us together. So
right. So your brother husbands.
So to try to clarify it, I'm with Scott and I'm with Chris. Scott and Chris are not together.
Exactly.
Which
is like a plural marriage.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Do you think that it should be legal for people to marry more than one person?
Absolutely. If that's your choice. Like I said, I've never missed an episode of Sister Wives. And they make it work. But now, 30 years later, they're all divorced except for the fourth wife that came on the scene. Like he's only married to her and they're no longer living plural lives. They're just living monogamous. So, I guess that's something that could happen, but that could happen in any situation.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in if you want to marry 5 different women, and they're all in agreement, then you marry your 5 different women. Who cares?
Right.
I'm not going to do it. That's not for Tammy, but I'm going to watch it on TV.
I don't know. It's stressful at times because I feel like I have 2 people to make happy, 2 people to love, 2 people to, and if I'm not,
literally have 2 entirely different situations.
Yeah,
that's a lot on your plate. I don't know how you do it.
It's a lot, but I love them both. I mean, Scott's my husband, my soulmate, and Chris is my partner. I love him dearly, and the love I have for him is very strong.
I've met Chris myself. I adore him too, and they are 2 very different people from the way they talk, the way they dress. I mean, all the things. So,
yeah, it is what it is. It works.
It would not work for Tammy. I promise you that. I'm a one-man girl, just one at a time.
So what are your ideas or thoughts about you moving forward with your life and relationships and where do you see yourself right now sitting here? Where do you see yourself in just a year from now as far as your relationship?
I'm just living my best life right now. We're doing a podcast. I have my dolly job. I have my business that I run on the side, which is really super busy right now. It's a busy time of year for me. So I really don't have time. A lot of people have come to me and you need to be on Match. You need to be on eHarmony. You need to be doing all these dating apps. That's not for me. No. I'd rather be in a social situation. But you know what I want to try? And I'm so excited. I've been doing some research on it. Speed dating. How fun would that be?
Yeah, I think that would be fun. But, I don't know that you really have enough time in that moment to know you'd have to definitely come back for seconds.
Yeah, there would have to be like some type of connection with, oh, he's cute, or I like the way he talks. But I also go a lot of places, so I'm always meeting new people. So you just never know when you're gonna turn around and there's that somebody. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
So I don't try
Well,
to.
I think it happens in the moment that you least expect
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
And I think that that's the beauty of love is I never in a million years expected that I would have two relationships at the same time that
Right.
I'm in love with. But when it happens, what can you do about it?
You
Have to
just
go
go
with it.
with it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I was moving on from that. I hope I'm not like moving too quickly through this, but like I'm like, really excited. My youngest daughter just got engaged. I'm so excited. I absolutely, when you think about all the mistakes you've made as a person, and I've made my share of mistakes, and I pray for my children every day. I do not go to bed without praying for my children. And when you pray for who you want for your child, Lord, please let this be right. And he is just absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
an amazing man.
Now, how long have they been together?
10 years.
Wow. So they've
Yeah.
been together. So that was a long relationship
And
before
I
the
just,
engagement.
he's just, I can't say enough good things about him. So I just feel like God blessed her with him
That's
and him
awesome.
with her.
So was it important for you for them to get married?
No, absolutely not.
But was it important for her?
For her, and I'm sure for him as well. But I wanted them both to be so ready, equally ready, and to move into that. Because a lot of people be like, why have they been together so long? Blah, 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 blah. You know how people love to talk.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, it'll happen when it's right.
Now, are they around the same age?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're the same age. He's a little older than her, not by much. And then my oldest is in another situation. It's a long-term thing, and they do their thing, and I just love watching them too. It's just so beautiful. I just love the situations that they're in. But what about your mom?
I know. I was coming to that
That is
next.
so beautiful. Like, that just touches my heart, and that makes me know that
you can
it
find
can
love in your
happen.
golden years.
Yes.
So to get into that, my mom and my dad divorced when I think I was maybe, 12 or 13, somewhere around that age. And I don't even remember how long they were married before they divorced, but it was a while, 20 years maybe. And then when my mom and my dad divorced, my mom had met this guy, and I don't know how long it was after my mom and dad divorced that my mom and this guy got together. And I'll be honest with you, initially it was a toxic relationship. Not only did my mom have my dad to deal with the divorce, dealing with all of that, dealing with the issues that he was still bringing into the picture, then she had met this man that she fell in love with. Well, then my dad didn't like that at all, of course. So he wasn't letting go. And he was doing some really bad things to the whole relationship. But my mom eventually married this man, and they were married for years. And about 7 years ago, he passed away. He got cancer and passed away. And honestly, this was my mom's, this love of her life.
Yeah.
They had been together. They had been through a lot together, thick and thin. It has been a struggle. And then I guess they found their way, and then everything worked out. When he passed 7 years ago, I've never heard my mom talk about wanting to date anybody, talking about another man. She was content never being with anybody else again. And she told us that many times, man's the least of my worries. I'm not thinking about a man. And I thought many times it would be amazing, and I hope at some point she'll get out and start dating and find somebody just to help keep her company. Companionship is important.
Oh, it's extremely, yeah.
So even if it wasn't anything but just companionship, I thought, but no, you say something to my mom, and the first thing come out of her mouth is, I am not interested in a man. I'm happy. Don was the love of my life, and I'm never going to be with anybody else. And lo and behold, she was working a little part-time job at this store not too far from her house. And this man, I don't know 100% of the details. But this man came into the store one day and saw my mom there and started talking to her, and then eventually gave her his phone number. And I think she gave him his phone number too, maybe, and they started texting, and the next thing you know, they're talking on the phone, and next thing you know, within 2 months of them being together, he's telling my mom he loves her, he wants to marry her. And me and my youngest sister are like, hold on, what is going on? My mom went from, I don't want to touch a man, to, oh, Michael asked me to marry him. And we're like, are you kidding? Do you even know who this person is?
Right. Have you done a background investigation?
I mean, it takes you by surprise when something like that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Especially from somebody like my mom, who is 69 years old. She'll be 70 in April. And in 7+ years, she's not had anybody there. And then all of a sudden, you have this man in her life who's wanting to marry her, saying that God sent, put them together. He's been looking for somebody,
Now, is he a widow also?
No.
Widower.
No.
Widower.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's been married before, but divorced. So my youngest sister and I just had a lot of questions, a lot of hesitation, and just really wanted clarification and clarity on what's really going on. But I can tell you this, from what I've learned up until now, he treats my mom like a queen.
As he should.
My mom quit the little part-time job that she had to have in order to make ends meet. She quit that. Got her a beautiful diamond ring. They're getting married in May of 2026.
Yeah.
And all this happened in 2 months of them being together. Now, they've been together, I think, maybe 5 months now.
Maybe they'll be a special guest on our podcast.
They must be. We must have them on the podcast.
Definitely.
But I will meet him for the first time Thanksgiving Day.
Wait, you haven't met him?
No, I haven't met him. I'm meeting him for the first time Thanksgiving Day. Now, this airs after Thanksgiving. I think we're dropping this episode on Thanksgiving Day, actually. So they're all coming to our house Thanksgiving. Actually, not Thanksgiving Day, the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll meet him then for the first time.
Yeah.
And all 3 of my sisters have met him because they live up there in the same area. But I haven't met him. Scott and I haven't met him. I've talked to him on the phone. But all I know is my mom really cares about him. He loves my mom. He helped my mom get a brand new car recently when her car tore up.
Goodness.
She's got a diamond ring. And I know relationships are more than that.
She's living her best life in her golden years. But, I love it.
Yeah, but beyond that, I think he truly, my sister says, he really acts like he cares. Like he really cares a lot about her. So, and then I sat back and I started saying, oh my gosh, this is going so fast. Blah, blah. And then I started thinking, well, dang, Scott and I were living together 3 months after we were after we met. So what's the difference?
After my mom passed, my dad was just a lost soul. No, and it was awful. It was horrible to lose my mom, but to see my dad grieve for my mom was insanely painful. Insanely painful. They were married. I want to say they married in 1967 because I was born in 1971. Is that 4 years? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so they were together 4 years when I was born. So they married in 1967, and then she passed in 2016. So you do the math. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, but it was a long time, and they I love ChatGPT. But anyway, and seeing my parents' marriage and how they worked together, and everything was so, I'm not going to say it was perfect, because nothing's perfect, but I had to work through that with my therapist, because I was like, oh, I'll never be like them. I'll never have anything like them because they're perfect. And she's like, Tammy, you realize nobody's perfect. Well, in my head, my parents were perfect.
Yeah.
They never argued. Nothing was ever thrown. I was hot. I will throw something, scream, yell, cuss, kick, fight. It don't matter. And that was a lot of my problem. And as I got older and I recognized those problems within myself, I don't do all that anymore. But anyway, so to see them so united as one was just a beautiful thing growing up. But anyway, so my dad called me and he was like, hey, I just want to have a conversation with you and see how you feel. And I'm like, Dad.
Oh, about his friend?
Yeah, about his lady friend. I'm like, Daddy, you know, that's you.
Right.
I would never, ever be ugly or anything like that. And my mom, I remember before my mom passed, she had been in the hospital for probably about 30 days and she was so sick. And I had gone up to see her and she said, come and sit down with me for a minute. My mother was the epitome of a lady. And by this time she had lost her hair and all the things. And she said, sit down right here. She said, now, you know, I'm not, you know, I will most likely go. Nobody knows when they're going to go, but most likely I'll go before your daddy. She told me don't stand in his way. And I'm like, I'm not going to promise you that because I will fight anybody. She's like, no, I don't need that from you.
Yeah.
I don't need that from you. I just need you to just be there for him. I'm like, okay.
Well,
And so I did.
And that's admirable. I mean, at the end of the day, I could be selfish and say if something happens to me, I wouldn't want Scott to, but why in the world would I ever think that?
Yeah.
I would want him to be happy. I would want him to find somebody else that would make him happy. And people ask me all the time, well, what if Scott found somebody else, like another person? And I can't even think about that, to be honest with you. Not because I wouldn't want him to, because it would just add so much more complication to...
Especially with you, because you are jealous.
I am jealous.
Right.
When people see Edward, they think it's always Edward and Scott. Everybody thinks of us together as one. And when some of my family found out about Chris, they were very concerned because they didn't understand it. They had never heard of anybody having
a relationship.
Yeah, they'd never heard of that. They thought, oh my God, you're leaving Scott. No, I'm not leaving Scott. Scott is my husband. He's my soulmate. I'll be with him for the rest of my life. And they were just concerned that, how's Scott feeling? And I'm like, trust me, if Scott wasn't okay with this, it wouldn't be happening.
Right.
And is it the ideal situation? No. But is it something that Scott and I have worked out? And it is what it is along the way? It is.
I'm glad that it works out for you. But that Tammy will never be in a plural situation. It's me. And just me, or you need to go.
Never say never, Tammy. I literally said that many, many times over. Many times over. I'm too jealous to watch somebody else do this, that, or the third.
I can't do it. I promise you that. I know me. I can't, no, that is not for me. But I don't judge it. If you want to have a plural relationship, but you know, I was watching this. I can't remember what I was watching. It was about plural relationships. And this lady was like, by all means, I'm going to be in plural relationships because then they have no room to cheat. They have no room to cheat on you because it's already open. I'm like, well, listen, but I think in my opinion,
the gays are more open about it, I guess, than the straights.
I think that, no, absolutely not. I think it's equal.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'd never heard of couples doing that until all the gays started doing it.
I mean, there's like apps. Yeah, you can go out of town. Oh, let me get on this app and I'll get blah, blah, blah. You know, no, that's not for Tammy.
All right, y'all. Well, that was this week's Both Sides of the Front Porch. I know we got a little deep. You learned a lot, I hope. But at the end of the day, love is love. Love who you love, whether it's 1, 2, 3 people, whatever it might be. Just enjoy yourself. Have a good time. And,
and love yourself first. Always love yourself.
Yeah, you're in love with yourself.
Yeah.
I'm in love with myself.
I love me.
No, y'all. So don't forget, always check us out at frontporchbs.com. You can donate to the podcast there. You can also leave us a voicemail through the website. You can also fill out our contact us form if you're interested in sponsoring the podcast through advertising. We need your help with advertising. So please visit us at frontporchbs.com. And as always, you can follow us on all the platforms at Front Porch BS. So that is it for this week. We will see you all next week. It's Real Talk, y'all.